Did Toyota update or quietly update the Tundra engine to fix this main bearing problem? Will Toyota replace the entire long block once they come up with a remedy for this recall? I'm going to show you a new video that surfaced with these dealership technicians. There seems to be some growing resentment towards Toyota from the technicians, which is never a good thing. In addition to that, we have more Tundra failures to go through just for fun. And lastly, you might not believe this, but the Tundra sales for June are going to surprise the heck out of you. I know it did me. Let's get into it. So let's start out with the new parts. The Car Care Nut has access to parts for Toyota, and right here he goes through the new parts that were superseded in the engine block. And this is not just a coincidence, I don't think. He's speculating that potentially this is going to fix the problem. Let's watch.
All Tundras made from November 21 all the way to January of 2024 have one part number that got superseded in January of 2024. Any engine made after January of 2024 already has the new superseded number. But then there's another one. The main bearing that fails, one of them changed, and he did not get superseded, but this is something very strange to me. So the middle two bearings, number 2 and number 3, did not change. They are the same part number from November 21 till today. The 1 and 4, which are the ones, the 1 is the one we're getting most of the failures on. It has not superseded, but now it shows an end date of production. Basically, November 21 all the way to April 2024.
I'll link to his channel in the description. I tend to agree with him. I haven't actually seen anything come through with a build date in the Facebook groups or at least the forums that show a build date of 2024 or later, but they also don't have very many miles on them. Most 2024s have, under 10,000 miles. And I think the average failure rate or failure mileage for this problem is around 29,000 miles. So we probably won't know again until maybe next year. So I still would steer clear of these trucks, but found this interesting nonetheless. Love to hear what you guys think. If you think these parts fix this, and then the other part was that block assembly. So be interesting to see if this also plays into the recall, and that's what I want to talk about next. And this video is released from some Toyota technicians. I'll put the link in the description to their video, but it'll probably get removed. Watch this. There seems to be a growing resentment from the technicians towards Toyota. I think they're getting tired of doing these.
All this shit you gotta deal with. This is the man working on the job. I have one question for you, sir. How do you feel about this new motor being taken apart? And what do you guys tell the other Toyota technicians? You hear that? This job will make or break your career. Supposedly we got
for the money, that's for sure.
Definitely not for the money. Supposedly it's 28, 29 hours for this whole job, but this is what you got to deal with.
I feel bad for these guys. I don't think there's any way this could only take like 28 hours of work. If you see the truck is just like torn apart. So it goes kind of back to this growing resentment from the technicians and from people that own these Tundras. Everybody really just wants them to like do what Ford and GM and others have done and just do a whole long block replacement. They still got to probably do the cab off repair, but at least they get to just put something in that is known good from the factory, right? Well, you know what I mean. Known good for Toyota. That kind of takes us into this post here. This is a 2024 Platinum 3,290 miles, hybrid failure, see dealer, engine failure, see dealer, brake malfunction, see dealer. Hopefully they will buy this POS back and get me out of a Toyota. I feel for these people that get these trucks, and you'll see this in the Tundra groups a lot. If you look down here at this response, hopefully you can get back in a big 3. Good luck. And people in these Tundra forums are like rude to other Tundra owners. They're totally arrogant. They're like, it's like they're upset that they bought the truck that might fail, so they take it out on the people that have had failures that say that they're upset. I mean, these people, they could have a little more empathy for someone that's got a dead truck and now probably has to deal with that for 6 to 8 weeks of their life. But another failure here, not surprising though. This is a 2022. Said his engine blew shy of 60,000 miles, had no issues prior to this. Luckily, he had his die right at about 60K or a little bit before 60K. So he's still under warranty just a little bit. And he's most likely covered under the recall, but maybe not. They didn't recall every single one, but they recalled a lot of them. Another dead one, I believe this is a 22 or a 23. He says, mine blew at 33,000 miles, was towed in on Tuesday, talked to the service guys, and I'm number 6 in line at the dealership to get this fixed. They have one tech devoted solely to the Tundra motor repairs. They told him 6 to 8 weeks to get the parts full, 4 full days of labor to do the job. I assume that means 10 to 12 weeks. On the plus side, he got a brand new Tacoma as a loaner. And I think right there, that's pretty telling. I know everybody wants to say, well, it probably won't happen to me. I'll just play Tundra roulette. And there are a ton of people I'll show you in a minute that are buying these trucks brand new still. They're just throwing caution to the wind. I think it's more than 1%. I really do at this point. And everybody knows it. And they're just kind of like turning a blind eye, whatever. Every manufacturer has these problems. It's the favorite response. What are you going to do? Go to the big 3? Well, maybe it would be better at this point. Another guy just recently that posted, well, it finally hit turbo failure at 41,000. I'm not sure if he really had a turbo failure. He said he heard a boom, a really loud noise, and then the check engine light came on. Who knows what happened to his truck? I don't think he's reported back yet. And here's another failure on July 3rd. Well, my truck sat for 15 hours on the side of the road before a tow. Towed it to the dealer on May 31st. He posted this on July 3rd. Still waiting there for a couple of parts. Check out the list of parts for this truck. Hey, at least he's getting mostly new parts. I thought it was interesting. Look at how much these turbochargers cost. $4,668 for a single turbocharger. You got 2. Some of these parts are just frightening how much they cost, at least to me. I'm surprised. I mean, just the short block itself is $5,000. That's not everything else that's attached to it and all the labor and everything that goes into rebuilding these things. So fun stuff. Now let's go through the sales numbers for the Toyota Tundra in 2024. You're gonna be blown away. I'm shocked that with this recall and all the negative press, there are so many people. They actually might have a record sales year for the Tundra this year. And last month was insane. Check this out. So if you look down here in 2024, the Tundra in January sold 9,600, February 11,247, March 15,337, April 13,933, May 15,303 Tundras sold, and June 13,000 units sold. Those numbers are really high. Before the recall, people still knew about this issue. Like, everybody was talking about it in forums, anybody that was researching these trucks. So people have known about it for a while. And then the recall, I just assumed with the recall, it would absolutely kill their sales. But truthfully, they're kicking butt. They're still doing great for sales. So far this year, if you look at it year over year from last year, last June, they sold 9,775. This year, 13,000. Every single month this year has beat last year in 2023. Now, granted, they didn't have as much stock back then, but still, there wasn't a month in 2023 where they sold more Tundras than the last few months of this year. So they're kicking butt in sales. So if we look at annual sales, look at that, 78,454 this year so far, and we're halfway through the year. 2023, 125,000. 2023 was the best year other than in 2007 for the Tundra and some of those older years. So for the price too, when you consider the price of these being so high and they're selling as many as they are, they're making a lot of money on them. Let's see if the failures will go away, and let's see if these quietly updated parts, the refresh of these parts will actually fix the problems. That would be great if it did. Toyota has a lot of them in production now, a lot of them on lots, and they're starting to offer deals. And there are plenty of guys like this happy fella right here. I'm not sure if he's showing off his girl or the truck. Let me see. Oh, yeah, there's some more pictures of the truck here. Looks like he does like the truck. He traded his old Tundra, so he's a Toyota guy. Pretty happy with his new truck. A lot of people know about this recall, and man, they're just like, I don't care. I love the way the new one rides and the power, and roulette we go. There's another guy that picked up a new one. He says, hi, I just picked up my new Tundra. I'm very happy with it so far. One thing I've noticed that's bugging me, though, is the door cards rattling when playing music at moderate volume. Has anyone else had luck putting felt? You'll see this in the Tundra forums all the time, in the Facebook groups. Man, People are modifying these things like right out of the gate. They're buying airbags because they sag. They're doing modifications to get rid of rattling and noises. All sorts of crazy modifications of volume knobs. I saw a guy, he actually builds these aluminum volume knobs to replace the plastic ones because the plastic ones keep failing in a lot of these guys' trucks. So, you know, it is what it is. $80,000 truck. I can't expect them to build volume knobs. You know, that's too much. Anyway, I'll stop. Thanks for watching. Till next time.